going on. God said, go ahead, you can do this. Go ahead, let's see what happened here. Go ahead.
While he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, the fire of God is fallen from heaven, and has burned up the sheep and the servant and consumed them. And I only am escaped alone to tell thee.
So the fire of God came down and killed up the sheep and the servants too? This hell, man. Job, one of the richest man around there. He losing everything right now. Everything. But God let him do this to show something to us. Go ahead.
While he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, the Chaldeans made out 3 bands and fell upon the camels and have carried them away. Yea, and slain the servants with the edge of the sword. And I only am escaped alone to tell thee.
Go ahead.
While he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, thy sons and thy daughters were eating and drinking wine in thy eldest brother's house. And behold, there came a great wind from the wilderness and smote the 4 corners of the house, and it fell upon the young men, and they are dead. And I only am escaped alone to tell thee.
You saying to yourself, man, I thought God was protecting Job and his family. Killed all his sons right there. That's why I tell parents, you can pray all you want. They got to be the one that ask God for forgiveness. You can pray all you want. At a comprehension time, they understand God, it's on them. But look how Job handled this. He didn't handle it like the way our people handle it now. Go ahead.
Then Job arose and rent his mantle, shaved his head, and fell down upon the ground and worshipped.
You mean to tell me he started worshiping God? Worshiping God. You know what most of us do now? Oh man, I can't do this God no more, man. He done took everything away from me. My kids and everything. Just lost my mind. They turn their back against God. Job is our example. He worshiped God. God's the reason why he did this. Job's kids were acting up. They were breaking the law. Go ahead.
21. And said, naked came I out of my mother's womb. Naked shall I return thither.
Yes, sir.
The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord.
Go ahead. Let's see if Job sinned in it. Go ahead.
In all this, Job sinned not, nor charged God foolish.
He didn't sin at all. What God wants us to understand is that in your time of trouble, do not think because you sinning because you're losing things. He lost his kids. He lost his stuff. But God said something about the kids. Let me show you what happened. Go back up to jump back into verse 4. Verse 4. Let me show you something about these kids and what Job was doing. This lets me know I can't go before God for my kids to have them, for my kids to have God forgive them what they sin. They got to do it. Verse 4. Go ahead.
And his sons went and feasted in their houses, every one his day.
Every one his day.
Birthday.
His birthday. Some people say, well, it could be another, whatever it is, his day, whatever they chose to do. God didn't tell them to do that. Go ahead.
And sent and called for their 3 sisters to eat and to drink with them.
Go ahead.
And it was so, when the days of their feasting were gone by, that Job sent and sanctified them, rose up early in the morning and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all. For Job said, it may be that my sons have sinned, cursed God in their heart. Thus did Job continually.
So these kids were sinning. Because one of the reasons for Job to offer up no animal sacrifice if they wasn't sinning. He did this continuously. It didn't help. Because they only can offer sacrifices or ask forgiveness for their sin. Let me show you. Your mom and daddy can't pray you in. They can help you and lead and guide you. Everybody gonna be individuals at this time. When they get in the age of comprehending. Kids get to comprehending. Job knew they were doing wrong. That's why he would offer up sacrifices. He did it continuously. Let's see, let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 18. Ezekiel chapter 18. It shook me up. Because they was breaking the law. And Job got to continuously offer up sacrifice. They had to do that if they wanted forgiveness of their sin. Ezekiel 18, we'll start with verse 20 to show you that just because what you're doing, you praying for your kids and saying, well, I'm going to pray that they might, that God forgive them for their sins and all this stuff. No, they got to do it. Because every man got to stand for his own self. Verse 20, go ahead.
The soul that sinneth, it shall die. The son shall not bear the iniquity of the father.
He said, the son shall not bear the iniquity of the father. Meaning that just because my dad is sinning, it ain't going to fall on me, per se. He going to have to deal with that himself. Go ahead.
Neither shall the father bear the iniquity of the son.
Meaning that because the father ain't going to bear the iniquity of the son. If he get out there sin and do something crazy, it's going to fall on him. In the age of accountability. It's going to fall on him. Go ahead.
The righteousness of the righteous shall be upon him, and the wickedness of the wicked shall be upon him.
So if you did some righteous, it's going to be upon you righteous. If you did something wicked, it's going to be upon you wicked. Go ahead.
But if the wicked will turn from all his sins that he has committed, and keep all my statutes and do that which is lawful and right, he shall surely live. He shall not die.
This is what happened to Job's son. They weren't doing what they were supposed to do. They died. Their sin fell on them. This is what we're talking about. Understanding that once you go into this different type of slavery, I just use that as an example for hell. It's a hellful situation or condition that Job went through. He lost everything. He didn't turn his back on God. And that's what them guys over there in Libya, and that's what we got to do when it's time of trouble comes. Don't turn your back on his word just because you're going through a little hell. Do what Job did. He got on his knees and started worshiping God. But most of what we deal off our feelings and emotions. Don't make me feel good, God ain't make me feel good no more. I'm going to do something else. I got to work this out. I got to lay my religion down. It's stupid you saying that. This is what he's talking about. This is why kids get hurt. This is why people get enslaved. Because we turn our backs against God when time of trouble comes. That's what happened over the land. That's why they're being enslaved so harshly. We got to find a way of escape. Let's go to 2 Peter chapter 1. We'll start with verse 2. When we don't know God's word or law, Satan takes our way of escape away from us. And he set a lot of sinful traps. We got to understand those sinful traps. Don't fall into them. And how we can see those sinful traps? Reading this word. We got an escape plan here, y'all. If you're patient enough to listen and do it, God ain't going to make you do nothing. He's going to confirm his word. All day, every day. He gives us the way of escape right here. From that slavery that most of our people going through. He said, I'll be a little sanctuary for you in your enemy's land.
Yes.
And I want that. Verse 2, go ahead.
Grace and peace be multiplied unto you through the knowledge of God and of Jesus our Lord.
So we'll get grace and peace through what? The knowledge of God. How he wants you to worship him. How he wants you to eat. How he wants you to wear your clothes. Everything. You give it to him, he'll give it to you. You obey his law, he will answer your prayer. Go ahead.
According as his divine power has given unto us all things that pertain unto life and godliness,
Yes, sir.
through the knowledge of him that has called us to glory and virtue.
So how do we get through this pain? Through the knowledge of what he gave us. You ain't reading, you ain't got no knowledge.
Come on, brother.
You just a novice.
Simple.
You just follow on somebody else's words. You hanging on to them. You take that person, whoever you think that's protecting you, like Job thought he was protecting his kid, take him away from him. They'll do whatever. Then you find out, why happened to that man's son, to that lady's daughter? Why they happened to her like that? I thought they was in the truth. Something just happened. I don't know what it is. Something happened with the law. Go ahead.
Verse 4. Whereby are given unto us exceeding great and precious promises, that by these you might be partakers of the divine nature,
Yes, sir.
having escaped the corruption that is in the world through lust.
Having escaped what? The corruption through the world, through the lust. People lust about a lot of stuff. If you ain't got this law, you can't escape. Most of you have Christ first and the law. They both go together. I know people saying, you always talking about the law, you never talk about Christ. Christ is the word. What you talking about? These are his words. Go ahead.
And besides this, giving all diligence, add to your faith virtue, and virtue knowledge,
Yes, sir.
and to knowledge temperance, and to temperance patience, and to patience godliness.
This is how you add to yourself. When you understand the scripture, you will add patience because you already been prepped in your mind of your studying that this is going to happen. So don't freak out if it happens. God said it's going to happen. We ain't so special that it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen to us. We ain't that special. It's going to happen. He's going to confirm his word. But this is our escape through the knowledge of God. Go ahead.
And to godliness, brotherly kindness,
Mm-hmm.
and to brotherly kindness, charity.
You got to do this kindness, brotherly kindness, charity, helping people. Do it to your best ability until you get good at it. Ain't nobody 100 now. You try to do the best you can do. If you ain't got nothing to say, don't say nothing at all. Keep it rolling. Go ahead.
For if these things be in you and abound, they make you that ye should neither be barren nor unfruitful in the knowledge of our Lord Jesus Christ.
If these laws are in you, you're not unbarren or unfruitful, meaning that you can direct people the right way. You can show them how to get the blessings of God. You can be blessed. It should show in the fruit that you have. How God blessing you through your life. But if you're still struggling with certain things, I don't know what people struggling with, that's on them. People going to see it. They're going to see it. So you got to make the best out of what God telling us through this law so we can help people. Most of all, help yourself. Go ahead.
But he that liketh these things is blind, and cannot see afar off, and has forgotten that he was purged from his old sins.
I forgot, he said he that liketh these things are blind. They don't know the way of escape. That's what happened over there in that land of Libya that you can see so harshly done to the Israelites. They ain't talking about God. They've forgotten his ways. And the people in this land too. That's why they're enslaving us in the jail systems. You got records behind your name, probation and all this stuff, child support and all this stuff. Anybody got to make you take care of your kid? Do it. This is what's going down today in our world. You got different levels of slavery now. We just ain't at the strictest level as they got over there in Libya. That thing is serious. But he said, he that lacketh these things are blind and cannot see afar. Let's see how blind people act. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 51 and verse 17. God wants us to stay woke, y'all. Y'all can sing that Childish Gambino song, and you need to stay woke in his word. Got us in a coma, sleep, dead. learning. How God can protect us in our enemy's land. Verse 17. This is how we are blind, because we are holding on to people that don't have no vision of God. Go ahead.
Awake, awake, stand up, O Jerusalem, which has drunk at the hand of the Lord the cup of his fury.
Yes, sir.
Thou hast drunken the dredge of the cup of trembling, and wrung them out.
He telling you, awake, awake, you have drunk of the dredge of the cup of his fury. Meaning that you read this and you chose to go against this. So you wronged him. And he gonna confirm his covenant with the law. If he say he gonna punish you, he gonna punish you. But your leader's not telling you that. They're not. This is what he said in verse 18.
But is none to guide her among all the sons whom she has brought forth. Neither is there any that taketh her by the hand of all the sons that she has brought up.
This is the blindness. There is none to guide her amongst all the sons. The sons of Israel that got money, they ain't taking you by the hand and say, come to the Sabbath class. They ain't taking you by the hand and tell you to obey his holy days. They give, like the Muslims, they give part, don't eat swine. Then you catch them cats eating shrimp and all that stuff. Like, man, y'all honor the whole law? No, we just don't eat that swine, man. This is what he's saying about we ain't got no guides. So therefore our people going into slavery. And at different levels, as I said. This 2017. I seen that. That was shocking to me. Very shocking. Go ahead.
These two things are come unto thee, who shall be sorry for thee.
He said, these two things come unto you. You're going to be sorry for them. Go ahead.
Desolation and destruction, and the famine, and the sword, by whom shall I comfort thee?
He said, I'm going to comfort you by desolation and destruction. This is how he comforted Israel. Killing them, beating them, for no reason. Our people dying in jail, you don't know what happened. She just died, Sandy Bland. Just died. This is what he's telling you right here. Go ahead.
Thy sons have fainted. They lie at the hands of all the streets.
They lie at the head
of all the streets, I'm sorry. As a wild bull in a net, they are full of the fury of the Lord, the rebuke of thy God.
Who hang out on the corners? Who hang out in the corners in your neighborhood? All people, Israelites. They won't go to bed. They're wild. They're going out there drinking, smoking, dancing in the street. Got the music high and loud and everything. This Bible talking about us. He said, y'all have drunk y'all have poured out the fury of the Lord upon yourself because we broke the law. Hanging out on the streets as a wild bull in the net. Can't nobody tell me nothing, just wild. That's us. God know the way to hell. Go ahead. White folk, you tell them, y'all going in the house, they go ahead and go in the house. Black folk, you can't tell that. He ain't talking to me. Talking to them over there. I'm going to play my music. He talking to me, you know. He talking to all of y'all, go leave this corner. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 21, therefore, hear now this, thou afflicted and drunken, but not with wine.
So he ain't talking about wine. He talking about the spiritual wine. You have drunken this word and you have read it and you wronged it. That's why it's real important that once you hear this word, do what it says now. Because you got knowledge of it. Listen what happened. This is how he correct us. Go ahead.
Thus says the Lord, and thy God that pleadeth the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling, even the dredge of the cup of thy fury. Thou shalt no more drink it again.
This telling you he taking a cup of, what he say? He been taking the cup of trembling, even the dredge, the cup of his fury out of your hand. Meaning that you're not going to fear nothing. They don't fear God at all. You tell them God don't like that. And you believe in that book? So God got to send some people to correct you since you don't believe in me. Go ahead.
But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee.
Wait, who afflict us today? The Gentiles. I'm going to put it in their hands to afflict you. Or you don't jump out, the Europeans or the white people. They run this whole land. Everywhere they go, they run it. They run Africa too. Go ahead.
But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee, which have said to thy soul, bow down, that we may go over. And thou hast laid thy body as the ground, and as the street to them that went over.
He telling you to bow down. What they tell you in the public 5-0 pull you over, y'all out there wilding? Hey man, sit on the ground, man. Sit down somewhere. This is what he tell you. Bow down. You got to bow down to my rule, to the law of this land of the Gentiles. This is what people don't understand about this book. They looking at the news saying, golly, it's God. Like, why he ain't taking care of us? He is taking care of us. He confirming the covenant. If you obey the law, he'll bless you. If you disobey the law, the pain is coming. The pain is coming. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 14. But all in all, be patient on this. We're going to have our time. We're going to have some slaves, the ones that make it, in the New Jerusalem in 1,000 years. And this is what you tell people. Stop trying to kick and fuss about, give us this and give us that. We want this and we want that. Just do what these folks tell you to do and keep the peace. You got your time coming up in 1,000 years in the millennium period when God, Jesus resurrected us up. And they're going to tell you right here. You don't have your time? We got next. Like y'all be on the court. I got next. We got next. It's going to be for 1,000 years now. Go ahead. Verse 1.
For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel.
Just talking about the Israelites, the black people, Israel, and also spiritual Israel, the ones that come under the banner of Israel. I'm not leaving out the other nations. Because you got a lot of our brothers out here think that only Israel going to be saved. If that's the case, who the slaves right here then? Go ahead.
For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel.
Yes, sir.
Set them in their own land, and the stranger shall be joined with them.
The stranger shall be joined with them. Go ahead.
And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
The stranger is the other nations.
That's right.
They're going to come on the banner of Israel. You got so many of our brothers saying that only Israel going to get saved. Keep reading. What are you going to say right here?
And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captive, whose captive they were. And they shall rule over their oppressors.
What that sound like? We're going to have next. Y'all want this worry. I don't want this worry. I just do what Mr. Charlie said, keep rolling. Just do what he say. You're gonna have servants and handmaids. Who took us captives? Europeans, Gentiles.
That's right.
We're gonna take them captive too. But we're gonna do them righteous slavery. We're gonna treat them like they treated us. Because Jesus is gonna be on the throne. Go ahead.
And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve.
That ain't happened yet. Ain't nothing resting in Jerusalem right now. Nothing. Because the people are not back in the land with Jesus. Jesus got to come in the first resurrection, resurrect us up, then we're going right back down to Jerusalem. This talking about the future right here. Go ahead.
That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, how has the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. The Lord has broken the staff of the wicked, and the scepter of the rulers.
The ones that ruling now, He said, how have the oppressors ceased? Meaning that he killed all them kings. Now it's his time for his people. It's going to be our time. It ceased now. Go ahead.
He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. He that ruleth the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth.
This is what happened to him. Go ahead.
The whole earth is at rest, and is quiet. They break forth into singing.
This is talking about like we do the Feast of Tabernacle on the 8th day. This is when the 8th day starts, right here. Break out and rest. Everything is resting.
Come on.
Everything, excuse me, I'll take that back. No, it's on the 7th day, excuse me. The 7th day when Jesus is upon the throne for 1,000 years. The 8th day when the Father come down. This is what he's talking about right here. My little 7 look like 8, man. But this is when he's going to rest for 1,000 years. And they're going to have slaves. Israelites going to have slaves at the time. We're going to run the whole land. As you see it now, it's going to be the same way, but it's going to be cleaner. The whole earth going to be clean. The water going to be clean. Everything going to be clean. And most of all, God's going to be upon this earth. God's, Jesus, and us, whoever make God's ship. Go ahead.
Verse 8. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedar of Lebanon, saying,
yes, sir.
Since thou art laid down, no fellow has come up against us.
Even the trees, the vegetation going to rest, it's going to be plentiful. Because you saw in Hosea chapter 4, he said, the land even have a kind of rest. They destroy the land. At this time, he going to purify the land. The trees going to be healthy. The cedars. He's talking about the cedar tree. Go ahead.
Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming.
Yes, sir.
It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It has raised up from their throne all the kings of the nations.
Go ahead.
All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy violence. The worms spread under thee, and the worms over thee.
At this time, Satan going to be in his prison, and they're going to see him. Go ahead. He's going to tell you right here. I wasn't going to get out all this, but it sounds pretty good right now. Go ahead.
How thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning. How thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations. For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God.
This is talk from Satan. This is when he was cast out of heaven. This is way before Adam and Eve got into the garden. He was there before Adam and Eve got there already. Because God told Adam, don't mess with that tree over there, which is the tree of knowledge of good and evil, which is Satan himself. You can't read the Bible like you're trying to read a book now. It's go back and forth, back and forth. It's not like a regular book. Go ahead.
I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the eyes of the north. I will sit above the height of the cloud. I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrow look upon thee, and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms?
This is what people going to say about Satan, like, man, this little joke right here did all of this? That's what they're going to be looking at, like, wow. He was just that powerful to weaken the nations. But we're going to stop all that. I'm going to get in there. I'm just bringing too many different prophecies that were in part of the lesson. But this is what I want to comfort y'all and let y'all see that this slavery going on now is got to happen. And it's going to get worse. It's going to come knocking at our door. Especially this foolish man that got in office right now. He don't care nothing about us. Nothing. If you looking at prophecy right now, this stuff is lining up. They trying to select the one that's going the leader of the European Union. They're trying to select all this stuff. I ain't gonna get all that, but they trying to do this stuff as we speak. Right now in Jerusalem, only thing they need is the land. They're ready to build. They got Levitical priests and all. So keep your eyes in the book and keep watching. Thank you for your time. No, yeah, I'm gonna plan on explaining all that.